So, you're thinking about starting a business in Nepal. That's awesome. But your first huge decision isn't your product or that perfect company name. Nope. It's a legal choice that could literally define your future. Today, we're breaking down the two most common paths: going it alone as a sole proprietor or teaming up in a partnership. If you get this right, you're building on solid ground.
For most new entrepreneurs, the choice really boils down to two main paths. Let's take a look at what they are.
So on one side, you have the sole proprietorship. That's the classic path for the solo flyer. On the other side, you've got the partnership firm, which is for when two or more of you are building something together. But, the number of owners, that's just scratching the surface. The real differences are hidden in the legal details.
And that brings us to what is, without a doubt, the most critical concept in this entire discussion: liability. Seriously, understanding this one factor is the absolute key to making the right choice for you.
The term is unlimited liability. And yeah, it means exactly what it sounds like. With both sole proprietorships and partnerships, there's no legal separation between you, the owner, and the business itself. Think of it this way: there's no wall. If the business gets into debt, legally, you are in debt.
Creditors can come after your personal assets, your house, your car, your savings. This is the single biggest drawback you need to wrap your head around. So with that crucial and kind of scary concept of liability locked in our minds, let's put these two business structures into a head-to-head showdown and really see how they stack up on the key issues. This table lays it all out pretty clearly, doesn't it? As a sole proprietor, you've got absolute control, but you're also taking on 100% of that unlimited liability. In a partnership, you get to pool your money and share control, but look closely at that liability line: unlimited, joint, and several. Now this is crucial. Joint and several means a creditor can chase after any single partner for the entire business debt. It doesn't even matter who is at fault. That's a huge risk to think about.
Okay, let's switch gears from theory to the real world. How do you actually get one of these businesses up and running? Let's look at the practical path from idea to reality.
For a sole proprietorship, the process is designed to be pretty simple. You pick a name, find the right government office like the Department of Commerce, get your documents in order, and file the application. It's all meant to be relatively quick and inexpensive.
Now, registering a partnership has a massive extra step. Before anything else, you absolutely must draft a partnership deed. This is your internal rulebook. It lays out who puts in what, how profits get shared, who makes the final call on decisions, and how you handle disagreements. Please, never, ever start a partnership without a detailed written deed.
And it's important to remember, this isn't just a friendly handshake agreement we're talking about. The entire process is governed by a specific law, the Partnership Act of 2020. This act kind of modernizes the whole legal framework for partnerships in Nepal, so it's essential to know what it requires. Okay, let's talk money. After you register, you get a permanent account number, or PAN, which is for your taxes. For taxes, it's fairly simple. Sole proprietors just report business income on their personal tax return, and partners are taxed on their share of the income. But here's the crucial part about capital. If you plan on raising money from investors, neither of these structures is ideal. Investors want equity and protection from liability, which these just don't offer. Even getting a bank loan often means signing a personal guarantee, which, you guessed it, ties right back to that unlimited liability.
All right, we've covered a lot of ground. Now it's time to choose your path. Let's walk through the key questions you really need to ask yourself.
First and foremost, you got to be honest with yourself. How much personal risk can you actually stomach? Are you really willing to bet your personal assets on the success of your business? If your gut reaction is no way, well, that's already pointing you in a very specific direction. Next, think about your ambition. What's your growth plan? Is there any chance you'll need to seek funding from investors in the near future? Your answer to this has huge implications for the structure you should choose right now. And finally, think about your team. Can you do this all alone? Or do you need a partner to bring in skills you don't have or to share the financial load? Your answer will basically determine if you're on a solo journey or a collaborative one. So here's the crucial takeaway. If you listened to those last few questions and thought, I absolutely cannot risk my personal assets, or yes, I'm definitely going to need investors, then the clear message from our source material is that neither sole proprietorship nor a partnership is the right long-term fit for you. So what's the alternative? It's the private limited company. This structure is a separate legal entity from you, its owner, which is exactly why investors prefer it. It offers that critical limited liability protection, building that legal wall between your business and personal life. And the great news is, you don't have to start here.
You can begin as a sole proprietorship and convert your business later when the time is right. And that leaves us with one final question. When you make this decision, don't just solve for today's problems. Ask yourself, is your business structured for where you are now, or is it structured for where you ultimately want to go? The right answer will set the foundation for all your future success.